everyone! Welcome back to our vlog. Today is a Max update vlog because there are some new comments coming in asking how Max is doing. So this is about Max and updates for his medical milestones, things like that. Max is also talking to you guys. What do you want to share to them? Say, I've just eaten lunch. Just don't touch. No touching. So we also just had an appointment this morning with his endocrine team regarding his low cortisol levels. And yeah, so there's a confirmation now. So we had the meeting with the endocrine team because as you can remember, I had a post regarding Max's two tests of his hormones, the growth hormone and the cortisol levels. And I've explained it there as well that his growth hormones are okay. So there's no concern of low growth hormone, so there shouldn't really be any issues for him not to grow. But yeah, well, he's still small though. He's still petite. The growth is just steady. It's not going upwards like in the growth chart. But they're not very concerned about his growth. They just wanted him to continue with the feed, with encouraging him to eat and drink. And then they said that he can be eligible for the growth hormone when he's 4 years old. So we're gonna come back and discuss that when he's 4. If he's still small for his age, then he can get the growth hormone, like just an extra boost for him to grow faster because he was born very small as well. Unfortunately, the results for the cortisol level, they're still, as they say, very low or like non-existent. That means that he's not really producing cortisol. His body is not producing cortisol levels by himself. And we ask, what could be the reasons for that? They cannot really confirm. They're saying that it could be genetics, and because the pituitary gland produces 6 hormones. The rest of the hormones are fine except for this cortisol levels. So there's just some, I think, issues in that, but it's not, there's no exact reason why. Well, it could be prematurity, could be genetics, we don't know. But for the treatment, we're going to continue giving him the cortisol that he needs, which is through the hydrocortisone medication. And unfortunately, he's gonna be on it forever throughout his life because he's lacking that hormone. So we just definitely need to give it to him every day. So we just make sure that we give it 3 times a day. And the thing is, it's a very important medication. Cortisol is a very important hormone as well. We also have to be mindful when he is sick, because there's a sick rule for those who are taking hydrocortisone levels. So if you're sick, if Max is sick, have fever, diarrhea, vomiting, then we can give him a double dose. So that means we just multiply the amount that we're giving times 2, because his body is stressed. And if it's severe illness, then we can also give him triple dose. So there's double dose and triple dose for his hydrocortisone. And I think the scary part about this low cortisol levels is that if there are emergency cases when he's very, very, very ill, I don't know, maybe there's some accident, there's some bleeding, like he will be unresponsive, for example, then we have an emergency medication, emergency dose of hydrocortisone, which should be given through the muscles. So it should be an injection through his muscles. So we have that as well. If something happens, we're prepared, etc., etc. But again, these are just scary thoughts. So far, he's been okay. We've just given him double dose when he has fever. But for severe cases, luckily, we still haven't used them, and hopefully we won't be using them. But yeah, so that will be, I think now there's a confirmation of his diagnosis, which they said is the ACTH deficiency. Like his body is just not producing the cortisol levels that is needed for his body, for the stress. The stress levels are just very low, so we just have to supplement him with those through the medication. So that is that. And then we were also seen by the SOUL team again. So this is from the swallowing team, because I made a referral regarding difficulty of feeding, that we are still at 2 years old and 6 months, still blending his food. Because I think I've shared this ever since. He's not eating fast, and he's not eating solid foods. I mean, he can, but there are times that he would just spit them out. So for example, we give him like chicken or meat or beef. So I think it's the texture that he will just chew and put everything in his mouth, but he's not gonna swallow them. He will just spit them out. So we had to blend the food, and then through that he can just easily swallow the food. And then so the swallowing specialist came here, and then SOUL team came and visited us, and she observed Max during lunchtime. And she saw that Max took an hour to finish like a small bowl of food. And overall, though, she said she's not concerned with the swallowing. Like, there's no issues. He can swallow well. I think she just mentioned it's his interest in food. Like, he's not just interested in eating. As we've explained, he doesn't get hungry or thirsty even. So even the water, so we noticed that he's just gonna take small sips of water. We've had different types of bottles, with straw, without straw, the cup. Like, we have different options for him to try, but it's still the same thing. He'll just like swip and then gone, and then he'll just play. So what we do now is give the water through a syringe. I know, but yes, so that's another thing. And we noticed that he's having constipation, so we have to make sure that he's well hydrated through the syringe, and continue with just offering any kinds of food, really. So the plan from the SOUL team is just to reduce the hours of meal from 1 hour. Then maybe we can try 45 minutes or 30 minutes, and then rest, and then after an hour or two offer the food again, and then just keep on offering different textured food. So continue giving him solid food, because so that he can progress. We cannot blend the food forever. So here, I'll show you how we give this is how we give water to Max.
Gargle.
So we have to distract him with some toys, mostly with his cars, and then give him a little bit of maybe 10 mils. Wait for him to swallow, offer again. There you go.
What happened to the monster truck? It will go down, look. Huh? Swallow na.
And lastly, I'd like to update you guys on his speech.
No. Swallow.
I love you. Say mama. Bird. Say bird. Say baba. What can you say? Say up, up. Up, up. Hey. Up, up. Say down, down. Up and down. Ay, naku. Saan mo niya mong down? Uy. So we also had attended group sessions regarding helping Max to communicate and encourage him to talk. So far, his words are still the same. Mama, papa, gaga, nga. Well, there are some improvements now, some different sounds up like that, but he's not still able to say the exact words. When you ask him what something is, no, he won't be able to answer. However, he's understanding what we're asking him. Like he obeys our commands, like close the door, get your shoes, get your shirt, open the door, close the door, open the curtain, turn off, things like that. So he knows that, and then he also somehow understands the letters, colors, numbers. So yeah, like his reception with communication is okay. It's just that when he expresses or tried to communicate, that he's still really delayed with. So what he does is just point something and then he'll make sound like and then we'll have to entertain him and say, okay, what's that? Is that a bird? Is that a car, a bus, like that? So we'll just make that sound like And so we also had a referral for the speech and language team. Unfortunately, here in the UK, there's a lot of queue to be able to talk to them and even to have that session with them. I remember I've booked an appointment last month, but the earliest available appointment is in 2 months. So that's how long the waiting time here is for the speech and language specialist, which is very unfortunate. But we can probably find like a private specialist, but of course it's gonna be expensive. And so yeah, well, I think we'll just have to wait. And for the meantime, we will continue with still encouraging him, talking to him, teaching him, and just really to communicate with him so he'll understand the words, and then hopefully in his own time, then he'll be able to respond to us with words as well. I think that's it. Those are the important points that I want to update you about Max. Overall though, he's been really active, likes to play, climb, run, jump, and he's very observant now. Wants to be involved, especially for example while we're cooking. He wants to cook as well. So yes, that's a quick update, guys, about Max, and I'll see you again next time. Again, if you have any more questions or comments, just leave your message in the comment box, and we'll see you next time. Say bye-bye. Bye.